What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. I don't give a damn about none of that. Let's talk about the Josh Jacobs situation. Better yet, let's just talk about the Raiders situation in the whole. I know it's been a minute since you heard from me. I know it's been a minute since you had this type of energy on your damn laptop, on your computer, your desktop, your mobile app, your phone, whatever you're on right now. I know it's been a minute since you heard this type of enthusiasm, but I'm back, baby. I'm here to tell you, I'm here to bring the realness for you. Now, when it comes to the Raiders situation and the Josh Jacobs and all the other stuff that's been going on since John Gruden and the Josh McDaniels and the emails and all that, I am not surprised by anything that is taking place right now. I'm just not. The Raiders are gonna Raider. The Raiders are gonna do what the Raiders are gonna do. And that is just mishandle situations one after another. Now, before we get into the Josh Jacobs situation, we gotta just talk about and we gotta highlight that the Raiders just don't do anything the way a regular organization would. It just seems like everything the Raiders do, it just seems like it's always half price. It just always seems like it's in the bottom of the bargain bin. It just doesn't, it's not name brand, man. Okay, it's not Kellogg's. Okay, it's not the Frosted Flakes, it's the goddamn Sugar Flakes. It's just not the same thing, man. It looks similar, but it's not the same. No matter what the Raiders do, it is not regular, man. It is not normal. It is not up to par. It's not up to the standards of what every other organization seems to do in the NFL, outside of the Commanders. They kind of messed up too. All right, but it just seems like the Raiders find a way to just botch situations, to look bad, to look JV, look mediocre in most of their business dealings, okay? Now, you talk about the Derek Carr situation. I know I'm a caper, I'm all these things. I don't give a damn. I'm just going to talk about it because I ain't talked in a minute, so I'm going to talk about it. The Derek Carr situation was mishandled, okay? And it's not mishandled because you wanted to get rid of him. It's not mishandled because you thought he wasn't good enough so you benched him for another guy. It was mishandled in the terms of if you wanted to trade him and get something valuable for him, you shouldn't have made it so obvious that he wasn't coming back. You shouldn't have made it so obvious that you didn't like the guy, that he had no chance of playing for you again, because that made other teams aware of the situation and say, look, why would I give up anything if I could just get him for free? Because you clearly don't want him anymore. The Raiders mishandled that situation. When you talk about the Darren Waller thing was mishandled because who the hell would have thought all you got was a third-round pick for Darren Waller? Only the Raiders could find a way to get a third-round pick for Darren Waller. Okay, the Darren Waller shit is out the window. You talk about Devontae Adams supposed to be, he's supposed to be involved with who the next quarterback is going to be. Do you really think he went to go for Garoppolo? You think that's what he wanted, Jimmy G? You think he said, you know what, that's the guy, I want Jimmy G. And then, not only did you mishandle that situation, because now Devontae is publicly annoyed and publicly making statements that he has to come back on. If you hear the rain outside, it's pouring rain right now in New Jersey. It's pouring buckets right now. It's thundering, it's storming. It is perfect time for the Honcho to come back. I'm creating havoc, man. I'm causing turmoil back in Raider Nation on YouTube. Listen, you got Devontae Adams publicly speaking out, and now, which he didn't seem happy at the time, right? So it's mishandled, right? You mishandled your star wide receiver, you mishandled your quarterback, you mishandled the Darren Waller situation because you probably mishandled it when he was injured and you was letting him get away with not showing up and he's going to basketball games. You out there watching basketball, we out there getting our ass when you watching basketball. So then you talk about Jimmy G. Well, you mishandled that situation because you got rid of Derek Carr, you got a quarterback that we don't know if he's better than Derek Carr, and then to find out the man's not even healthy, he's injured. You got to be kidding me. He didn't pass a physical, and now you got a weird contract where if he doesn't play, just mishandled. You mishandled the quarterback situation. And now in terms of Josh Jacobs, it's just one thing after another, one more domino. It's just a snowball effect. When you're trash, you stay trash. You got to have the right people to get you out of the dumpster. And right now, we seem like we just are the dumpster. There's no getting out of the dumpster because we're the actual dumpster. So now when you talk about Josh Jacobs, the best running back in the NFL, star player, right? In my opinion, I'm not the type of guy that says you give him whatever he wants, you break the bank. I'm not saying all that. The Raiders need to come up with a contract that's beneficial for the player and the organization. It's a compromise. And anytime it's a good deal, both sides have to compromise. I'm okay with that. But at the end of the day, I don't see Josh Jacobs as being the type of individual, the type of player, the type of human that's going to ask for anything more than what he's worth. He's not going to ask for anything more than what he deserved or what kind of work he put in. Now, if you think about it, last year, he pretty much was on a trial and error year, right? Like kind of like see what you do, see how good you really are, see how you perform. And all he did was come out here and be the best damn running back in the NFL. So you gotta reward him for that. You gotta give him some money. Now the Raiders will give all these Patriots players money. They'll give all these wide receivers deals and give them all this money. You give Yannick money. You give all these people bread. Right? You'll give all these people money. But now when you got a guy who was drafted by the Raiders, Vegas loves him, Oakland loved him, the team seems to love him. The NFL knows he's an absolute dog. He's a stud. There are there are a plethora of teams right now that even if they have running backs will go and get Josh Jacobs. And yet you got a guy that wants to play here and you don't do what it takes. They talking about he's sitting in the damn car with Mad Max. They in the car together and he's ready to sign the deal, but no deal even comes up. That is a problem, Raider Nation. That is a problem. The Raiders have to understand and identify that we are not a top echelon organization. We're not the cream of the crop. So when you get players that are game changers that want to play for you, you probably need to take care of them. I understand the business side of it. Actually, I don't. I'm not going to lie. I don't understand the business. They never said they got cap room, but somehow they signed players. They got cash. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know the logistics of NFL salary caps and all like that. I'm sure there's people out there that do. You can talk to them about it. All I'm saying is you find a way to take care of the people that took care of you. That's just how I feel about it, okay? Like letting Derek Carr walk and get nothing, letting Darren Waller walk and pretty much getting nothing in return, and then now Josh Jacobs, who might not play this season or might not play into the 10th week. I don't want to overreact because they might get something done, but it's just a bad look for the Raiders. It's a bad look. It's a bad taste in the mouth of Raider Nation because it just seems like one thing is after another. We continue to just implode. We continue to just pile on. We continue to just stay at the bottom of the barrel in terms of organizations and how productive they are and how official they run. Like, we just don't seem like we run like a high quality, finely tuned machine of an organization. And that's been the Raiders' problem for a long time now. It is an absolute circus. It is a shit show. It starts at the top with the Davises. We just haven't done the right thing in a long time. And you know, that's just my take on it. I'm not sitting here saying they should have gave him $20 million a year. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you give him something close to what he's asking for because when nobody else was here, he was here. When we wasn't winning none of those games, he was still putting up numbers. He was still putting us on his back. He kept us in a lot of those games. He's going to be a reason why whoever the quarterback is going to be successful because you got a successful running game. I do think you can replace running backs. I do think the Raiders can win without Josh Jacobs because we were losing with Josh Jacobs. I understand that sentiment, but at the end of the day, he's a star running back in the NFL. The NFL needs stars. You have him here. He wants to be here. And at the end of the day, I mean, you've given players on this team money. Why not give it to Josh Jacobs? So that's just my 2 cents. I'm back on it. I didn't want to drop no videos this offseason because last season just took so much out of me. It consumed me. It consumed me, y'all. Raider Nation, I was losing weight. I was losing sleep. I was losing friends over the debacle and the circus that was the Las Vegas Raiders last year. But I had to come up here. A lot of people was asking me about my take on this, so that's my take on it. I think the Raiders are going to Raiders. I think the Raiders have just completely mishandled this situation, and I believe that this reminds me of, not the same, but it reminds me of when Chip Kelly went to the Eagles and he dismantled the team with Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick and Macklin and all of them. It kind of gives me that same vibe. You got a guy that's coming in here that's not really proven as a head coach and is making all these changes, and we don't even know if he can change this shit back or if he can fix it. We don't even know how good he is as a head coach, okay? So that's my opinion. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know what you think about me being back. Are you happy to see me back? Do you give a damn? Do you not care? I don't know, man. I was semi-retired, but now I'm back. Who knows, man? Get down in the comment section and let me know. If you like the video, like the video. Like the content on the channel, well, damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.